Welcome back. You know, having a child who's ill, it's one of the hardest experiences for a parent. Hannah Lowe and her husband, Mark Corman, have been searching for answers ever since their youngest son was born. They are still on that journey and are sharing Austin's story with us.
Can you get those bubbles?
Bubble time is super fun for 2.5-year-old Austin, but this is also therapy for the toddler. Every day, he needs help.
He can't do anything for himself, so it's all on us to lift him out of bed, to put him down here to play, to watch TV, to put him in the chair, to do a game, to put on his ankle braces, or he's wearing these little shorts that kind of keep his hips in line. He has a little vest that keeps him from developing terrible scoliosis, to go in his stander or his walker, and just keep him as healthy as possible and as strong as possible.
This young Houston family is sharing their story in hopes of one day finding a cure. Hannah Lowe and her husband, Mark Corman, were thrilled to expand their family in 2019. Their oldest son, Ian, was excited to be a big brother. And for Hannah, her second pregnancy was normal.
He was a pretty fussy baby and he never ate that well, but we really couldn't figure out why. And so we were going to all different doctors and dentists and chiropractors, just trying to get him to eat more. And everything we did didn't really make too much of a difference.
At about 5 months old, Austin had to be admitted to the hospital for a feeding tube.
So that was really the thing that started it, was that he wasn't gaining enough weight. And we really thought that whatever was going on would resolve and he would grow out of it. We kept saying to ourselves, oh, well, when he's 6 months old and he's eating real food, it'll just come around and it'll be fine. And we were really hesitant to go into the hospital, actually, but we said, okay, let's go. And when we were in the hospital, they ran so many tests, everything kind of came back clear. And they also ran genetic testing.
And that's when they learned why Austin wasn't eating.
They came back and they said he has a single point mutation, which is just one letter of the DNA is wrong, is flipped. And that causes this severe and fatal form of congenital muscular dystrophy. What they told us at the time in 2020 when we were in the hospital was, there's no treatment, there's no cure. At that point, what we had read was 50 people in the world had ever been diagnosed with this, LMNA-related congenital muscular dystrophy, which is a mouthful, so we just call it LCMD for short. The plan is you gotta keep him as strong and as healthy as possible for as long as possible. And we don't know how long.
He eats through a G-tube 3 times while he's awake, once while he's asleep. Hannah and Mark take turns to stay up with him while he's being fed. Countless hours of therapy sessions, doctor visits, and Ian, the big brother who loves him.
I don't think he fully understands what is happening, but he does understand that Austin is different. Often he'll say things like, well, Austin's still a baby because he's not walking. And I say, well, he's not going to walk. He's probably going to have a wheelchair. Won't that be cool?
Right now, there's no specific treatment for Austin or cure. They are trying to keep him healthy, strong, and happy. Hannah has support from online groups around the world. Here at home, they're all grateful for the countless doctors and Austin being an ambassador for the Easter Seals.
That's where Austin gets the majority of his therapies. And we love, love, love our team of therapists at Easter Seals. They are so wonderful. They're really part of our family.
And at nearly 3 years old, this little boy has taught his family just how precious life is.
He's really just taught us to live in the moment and just try to be happy for whatever, for every little thing, and let go of everything that doesn't matter.
You can take part in the 11th annual Easter Seals Walk With Me event this Saturday. It's at the Houston Zoo. It is a family walk that raises crucial funds for the nonprofit. And kids like Austin, as you heard, receive life-changing services like therapy and education, thanks to the Easter Seals Greater Houston donors. We will have a link to learn more on our website, houstonlife.tv.
Little Austin is surrounded by people who love him. All right, Houston Life will be right back.